Today we wanted to talk about market research analysis and analyzing sell data for you as a real estate agent.
Okay, so your trends in real estate are going to be done by outside factors that we have no control over. What's happening with population, what's happening in population movements, what's happening in population growth, what's happening in population age. You have to look at your population in various ways. The second thing is, yes, of course, we have to pay attention to what is happening with interest rates because that is going to definitely hit our goals every single month. If interest rates are going down, people are going to jump into buying homes and things of that sort. And also economic indicators. Is the unemployment coming? Is supply? Is demand? What is happening outside? What's happening to the market? Because all of those really kind of give us data on a day-to-day level on what is happening and if we can jump at things or if we're still waiting.
And exactly as my wife said, you need to have all those data in your fingerprint. You can use the census data. Beside that, you can consult, as my wife said in other videos, with the expert in your market in the different areas like environment or people that working in the finance and see how the lifestyles look like. And beside of that, housing market update, what is the sales data is, what is the price point is, what is the absorption rate is, beside of that, what is the market rate is for the interest rate, and gather together all this information.
Which is what we're going to talk about. We're talking about collections. But first, let's hit it.
This is Alan Victoria from Wolfpack. And here we love you to connect with you through our website, agentwolfsparole.com. And also, what else that we can offer?
We would love for you to join us at eXp Realty.
Exactly.
We are part of the Agent Wolves. You got our entire upline, and of course, you get us and everything that we offer to our people as well. So it's really such an amazing opportunity. We have been super happy we joined eXp since the beginning, and we are still happy and we are here. Now tell me, continue how I'm getting this data.
Exactly. For gathering all this data, which comes from part of it from your MLS, part of it with the networking, and part of it from the government website, that you can always bring all together and collect and analyze this data as an individual, even in your market, that helps you with your niche in the market.
Now you can do fancy spreadsheets and fancy databases, or you can just keep it simple. I'm a keep it simple girl. Excel spreadsheet. Look at the numbers. Look at the data. How much does the house cost for this price point? At this number, at these interest rates that we're talking about, and who can afford those houses that you want to sell. And if you can look at it this way, and then you kind of have to get over whatever's stopping you in your head from selling these homes, and then get out there and really do it. So you really want to understand what the data is, understand what the data point is, and if somebody's coming at you and saying that, there are other numbers, can you help them find better homes, or can you help them with the smaller home? But maybe it doesn't fit your target, but that doesn't mean you can't help them. So understand what the data is so you can understand where these people fit in and who you can help and prioritize helping.
Exactly. And also I wanted to mention that you get from your housing market MLS data always like a median price list, but really looking at your MLS more in detail, see price per square feet affected by what? By amenity, by location, by the number of the people that moving to that area. This also gonna give you an insight to help more home buyers or home sellers in the market.
Now we're going to talk a little bit more about market segmentation and demographics. So demographics are going to be demographics and psychographics. And I definitely recommend you sitting down and writing your own psychographic of your potential would-be home buyers and would-be home sellers and who you can help the best. So ChatGPT is an amazing tool I've been using to kind of help me create these psychographs of these types of people that you can kind of come out there and help. It used to be very hard, and now it's actually very easy. So you want to kind of just figure out who you're helping based on age, income, lifestyle preferences, and then really kind of ask these AIs to kind of create this person for you so you can figure out how to talk to this person. And if you can talk to this person who is buying this home, you can identify people who are of similar characteristics to what you're trying to target. And how do you talk to this person? And how you talk to people does matter depending on who the person is. We are a different person if we're talking to somebody who has a lot of money and then they are expecting a lot from you, but they also expect a lot of respect, versus somebody who's looking for a first-time home buyer. They're looking for someone with a lot of knowledge who can be on their side fighting for them. So you have to really kind of understand you are a different personality with different people, and this is not a bad thing. It's just normal human behavior.
But caring doesn't change in the pictures. But the next
But how
thing,
you talk does change.
exactly. The next thing that we wanted to really talk about is trending analysis and forecasting, which is really critical aspect of the real estate analysis, because forecasting, like what
Okay, so
factors comes to
basically
the
you're going to look
forecasting?
at your future sales trends will be based on
Mm-hmm.
historical data. This doesn't necessarily make it true. Lots of factors can come into play, but you can look at the ways that things do change
Okay.
over time in gradual ways. There are algorithms out there that can help you to really kind of identify. Maybe there are people who are moving, they've already bought their second home, and you want to be able to find people and how to get there. And maybe there are seasonal patterns. Traditionally in our market, the spring and summer are the times people buy the most. But people buy all the time. That's not a situation where they don't buy, but you can see that there's just more volume in the spring and summer.
Exactly. And the next thing that we wanted to talk is competitive analysis and benchmarking. Again, as my wife said, you can use the ChatGPT, because in ChatGPT
Well,
you
here
can
with this
even
one. Sorry.
have the key performance indicators, or KPIs, that it can run for you based off the Python and Monte Carlo simulation.
Those are way too detailed for me. I'm not going to do that. But what I can
But
do,
I'm just saying that you can do
You can.
that.
That's very mass physics of you. But for me, I'm definitely not going to do that with all of that. But what I'm going to do is look at who my competitors are, look at who the people who are selling as well. What are their pricing strategy? What are they doing with their pricing? What are they how are they marketing homes? What is their customer satisfaction rate? Because they say 10% of agents do 90% of the work. So really you're not studying everybody in the MLS. You're studying a couple people, and you're going to study them very deeply to see what they are doing. Because if you can look at what they are doing, you can get some insight into where you are different from them in the market and what you bring to the table that they don't, and where you can improve in your marketing plans.
Exactly. Therefore, all this benchmarking and also deep market analysis really helps you in the future, because this is long-term business and you need to grow every day and every year in the market. No?
Right, and every time it's changing. So the market's shifting all the time. Where are you in this shift? How can you stay ahead of the game? Where are your data-driven decisions? And how can you analyze the future based on now, what are factors of now? So we want to stay ahead of trends as much as possible, or just kind of be able to say you weather all storms because this is what you do, and you are so confident in your market because you are top of the game. How do you stay there? So that is what we're really talking about. This is what we learned so much at EXP. We are so grateful that we joined our EXP. We love helping sponsoring people at EXP, because you get not just us, you get our entire upline. So with our upline, you get a bunch of great people. So you have so many resources to get so driven so fast.
That's why we wanted to invite you to go to our website, agentwolfspearl.com, and also grab an appointment from our calendar with Alan Victoria Pinder, real estate agent in North Carolina.
And watch this video.
And watch all this video. We wanted to be your sponsor at EXP Realty.